we saw the encampments going on in America, and it very much inspired us to do our own actions as well. We were like, we're all part of the same movement. We're all the youth for Palestine. Since October 7th, and even before that, I mean, we've always had a demilitarized Cambridge group. The university had failed to take any real steps, so we thought, okay, we need to do an encampment.
Especially post-October, when certain statements were released by the university failed to acknowledge the genocide emerging, and it took concerted efforts to even have Palestine mentioned, let alone the loss of life and who was responsible. All of this, without any recourse, led us to this moment.
We demand that Queen Mary implement a full academic boycott to cut ties with Zionist universities.
There will be no business as usual while our universities are complicit in the oppression of Palestinians.
Is that people have been angry at SOAS for a long time. SOAS literally sells Palestine, like resistance, culture, history as an academic commodity. Yet at the same time, like their relationship right now from the ground is so divorced. It got to a point where people were thinking about, were very aware that there's possibility of security or police violence, but it was a thought of like, okay, we know there's a risk here, but we know we're going to take on this risk.
I think there was a lot of momentum in the very beginning of the encampment. There was a lot of secrecy and a lot of hesitation and so on as well, because it was exam season. And normally you don't really have activism during exam season because students are so busy, which I think has been pretty amazing.
We were looking for discussion, meaningful discussion, that prior to that point they had not done. And we acknowledged that joining in this global movement could very well be a means to this. And hence, it began.
They say Palestinians teach life, but I think they do far more. Our camps are paper cups connected by a string. To every Palestinian whose studies came to a halt, we hope and pray for the day you can pick up your paper and pen. But until then, rest assured that we are your students to everything you have taught.
The mobilization was in a number of ways. So first of all, we were split into different divisions. We had the food group chat for organising meals every day, welfare for general welfare, camp watch. So 24-hour around the clock there was someone on camp to report if anything was happening. So then there was also the strategy people who were thinking, how are we going to negotiate with the university, put pressure. And then from there, the camp became a beautiful place to be. Everyone was coming to the camp. Even if you didn't even want to be there, you felt like an itch to go. News outlets or media really like to paint these camps as places that are aggressive and unsafe, and that's been like the complete opposite of what I've experienced here.
The only thing that we all hate is that we all hate oppression, and that is why we have no intention of relenting until the university agree to meet these demands.
A lot of universities, their encampments have had issues, especially Oxford, which has been bulldozed over recently.
The university has sort of built up now and recently sort of taken legal action against us. But if anything, that is sort of more motivating, and it means that we are going to stay here and keep trying.
One of the reasons things have been hard at SOAS because they've been so repressive. Like they were the one who suspended 4 of us back in October, banning alumni as well.
The university wants or hopes that the morale will eventually wear itself down and the encampment will take itself out. Now, this won't happen.
this phrase like the children are the flowers of the revolution. Some of the first day there was loads of kids came. It was on a bank holiday Monday, and loads of kids came with their families, their parents of Palestine group. When he showed to the oppressors, to the enemy, all of our communities are in this, from the young to the old. It shows that like it's not just a one-off flash moment, but it's something with depth. People have the awareness of the academic cycle, but I think we're actually trying to say, look, our action is not based on the timeline that is familiar to us. Our action is based on the timeline of people who were currently on genocide, and like that's really who we're accountable to, you know?
It is a beautiful space of community, but at the end of the day, that is the purpose. It is for solidarity with Palestine, for the university to end its complicity in settler colonialism and in the genocide of the Palestinians. Seeing these universities as a place where pro-Palestinian advocacy happens so openly and with so much support, I hope will have a huge impact on just general attitudes towards Palestine. I had a Palestine flag at my graduation, and I took it out because a few of us have been doing that at our graduations. We've had small flags and big flags, and so right to the end, I'll be sitting here in my graduation gown at my graduation, holding out my flag, still shouting that we need to free Palestine.
The idea that there are so many people who have preceded us who have, for the sake of the cause, lost their homes, their families, their lives. I see myself as part of a brotherhood and a sisterhood that transcends blood.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We have a duty to stand with our brothers and our sisters, no matter what. But so long as that mentality is at the core of what we do, then I don't believe that failure is something which is on the horizon.
Including through the colonization and oppression of Palestinians.
we will not rest.